You are listening to the Soulquarians podcast, where we get into the funk and soul of things. It's all about good conversations about music. So come join us.
Yes, indeed. It's the Soulquarians podcast. We are back. We got a lot to talk about, and we can't wait to share this conversation with you. Thank you for everybody who has tuned in and who's been supporting us and been listening. We've been keeping y'all on y'all toes. I hope y'all have been enjoying what we're doing, and we got another one we gotta bless y'all with. You know what I'm saying? So it's your man, Mr. Goodbar here, live from Houston, Texas. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna receive that applause. The way I've been feeling today, I need somebody to clap for me.
I know that's right.
What's the name of that song where somebody said, "Oh, Erica said clap for me"? Yeah, I need somebody to clap for me. Yeah, that's where I'm at. So I'm gonna receive that with grace. Shout out to our producer, Mr. Al P. in the building. We gotta introduce the lady. We act like, who is this woman with us? Who is this woman?
I'm glad. Hey y'all.
Yes, she is.
Y'all doing all right?
Christina Curates is back in the building.
Yes. Life be life, but we are here.
Listen, where we are, you are also. So we were honored to hold you down at the E. Jones interview. You were missed. We tried to ask some questions that we know you would ask. So hopefully we made you proud.
Well, it was a really good interview. I could feel the vibe, and then y'all started talking about some technical stuff, and y'all started talking about sports. I was like, oh, they are like in their element.
Checked out.
Yeah.
it was real dope. Shout out to E. Jones. Well, we're glad to have you back. Of course, Mr. Soup's Kitchen in the building. What's good, sir?
Yo, what's going on, yo?
Yo, that red is mad vibrant. I'm fucking with it.
This is orange.
It's orange? Oh, okay, well, it's still vibrant. That's hard.
Okay.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I mess with it. How you been? You good?
Hey, listen, I gotta represent in multiple ways. You know, this is the Black on Purpose hoodie, but it's also orange and orange browns. And
here we go.
And we beat Mr. Al team this week.
He's not the only. That's not his. He's not the only one that like Jaguars.
And that's your team too.
Yeah,
we beat y'all too.
I was so. Anyway, let's not get on that shit because I was so mad.
Speaking of Jaguars, it's wild. We had paid in full this past Saturday. And I was hosting the event or whatever. I didn't spend this week, but it was real packed, and we had about 12 people in the house for a birthday party. So Shorty walked up to me like, "Hey, can you wish my sister a happy birthday?" I was like, "Of course. What's her name? Yada yada yada. Yeah, can you make sure you say Duval?" I was like, "Oh shit, y'all from Duval? Word up!" So then when I did it as they requested, and it just went up, and I thought about y'all. So yeah.
I probably know who that is because one of my sister's best friends was in Houston celebrating a birthday. So it probably was
what it was because it was deep. It was deep, and I was I started to ask, but I didn't want to get into their business.
Yeah.
They was having too much fun. So yeah, shout out to them for pulling up. But yeah, man, we are back. Glad to be back with everybody. A couple of things we got to talk about, of course. I wanted to bring up with you guys and get you guys' thoughts on this. And of course, Christina, to give you an opportunity to speak on this. So Friday, September the 20th, it's been made clear that in honor of the memory of Frankie Beverly, we will be having a national whiteout for Frankie Day. So what it's encouraging everyone to do is to wear all white, of course, stream maize all day long. And when you post on social media, you would use the hashtag whiteout for Frankie. So I might gotta go ahead and pull out my own, you know what I'm saying, my little white linen suit. No, I'm kidding. I don't have a white linen suit. I do have white jeans, but I may have to go ahead and pull it out for Frankie. So Christina, we had a chance to, unfortunately, when we did the E. Jones interview, it was the very day that Frankie Beverly passed. So we did take some time to talk about that, and we definitely wanted to give you space to share your thoughts and your feelings about the situation, the unfortunate news.
Right. So rest in peace to Frankie Beverly. I'm glad that in this last few months, people in different places have been able to give him flowers I know that at Essence Fest, they gave him flowers because, as you know, on Sunday, which is the last night, they have always done like all white for Frankie Beverly. They always used to close it out. So I thought that was really nice. It's just unfortunate that we are losing our legends. You know, we know that when we hear Frankie Beverly and Maze, we know cookout, we know family reunions. So that's like, as you guys were saying in the last episode, that's like a staple for the Black community. So it's unfortunate. My favorite Frankie Beverly and Maze song is, of course, one that's sad and about a relationship ending, but Can't Get Over You is my favorite. Yeah, that's played a lot, or it has been played a lot. So definitely rest in peace. And again, like I said, we just losing our legends. But I will say that there is a Soul Sonic tribute to Frankie Beverly and Maze, and it's mostly male singers. And Joe is singing the Can't Get Over You, and I was listening to it before I got on. So when they start to figure out tributes, they need to make sure they pick the right people. Don't be playing around with no damn Jacquees or Neo.
If BET, they're gonna fuck it up.
Well, whoever does, well, everybody needs to do it. Grammys need to do something. BET needs to do something. I mean, it doesn't need just be BET. Although, you know, we should get it right, but we usually don't. So hopefully they will not mess it up. Yeah.
I feel like, did you guys have an opportunity to see, I posted a clip on the Remedy page of Usher's impromptu tribute.
Yes.
I will say this. I think Usher would be perfect to contribute as part of that. You can tell that he hadn't practiced that, obviously, because, you know, who knew it would just happen unexpectedly. So you really can't practice that. But I've seen Usher do tributes to like Luther Vandross, and he's excellent with tributes. So I think with preparation, I think he can have a flawless, even if he just does one song on the, you know, the obvious tributes that are going to be coming. I think he should definitely be a part of that. To your point, Christina, like we got to pick the right people. We just can't have anybody just up there singing. Right?
I mean, he was in control of his tribute, right? So when he did the was it for the BET Awards or whatever that they did the tribute for him, he was in control of it, right? You know, he picked the people.
I don't know. I didn't know it. I didn't hear that, but.
And so I thought, because he picked all females, right? Like it was, the whole tribute was women. So I mean, it wasn't bad, but he should at least be on the team for the tribute, because it was a nice tribute. Like, you know, it wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but we can't just leave him to his devices on this tribute. Like, he could be a part.
No. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. I wouldn't ask him to spearhead it. I know someone who's higher up, and I think definitely the family and Maze, the band themselves, should actually play a part in who actually does the tribute. And I think, you know, of course, including, I know Usher would be honored to do it, because even when he did the one just recently at his tour, he seemed kind of emotional when he was on stage, which obviously everybody was. So, yeah. So, man, I just, yeah.
But it's the actual album that they came out with. Maze is playing with all of the artists. So yes, they definitely need to have input on who says and who does. But, you know, I hope, like I said, we just hope and pray that whoever does it gets it right, because he deserves that, you know.
It's like, and I don't think this is going to be a singular moment. Like, I think people are going to be doing tributes to Maze probably for the rest of their careers. Like, somebody's going to always come up with a.
They was doing tributes to Maze before he even died. So, like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying, like the impact that Maze and Frankie Beverly had, it's an incredible reach. Like, you know, the things that they've done in music has just been something crazy. And it's like, when we did the interview with E. Jones, it happened just like that. Like, so I didn't have time to prepare, and I did not realize that E. Jones sampled one of those songs. So it's called "I Love You Too Much." Is a sample from Maze that he got on. I think it's one of those Deadstock albums. It might be the last one. It might be the last Deadstock, but he definitely sampled Maze. And it was just like, it hit me after the fact, and I went back and listened to Maze and things like that, and you start to realize all of the impact that they had in music, and just their impact. But then also when you think about artists, Frankie Beverly was a true artist. Like, he cared about the music. Nothing personal about him was out there to the point where we knew he had like 6 baby mamas or whatever. He didn't. I don't know. But that's the thing. Like, you don't know much about Frankie Beverly. Like, people just found out his name was Howard. So it was like, people didn't know that Marvin Gaye discovered him. They didn't know how he got his name. People just knew that he made great music. So it was like, I wish we could get back to that. And I hope, like, with this, everything that's going on with Frankie Beverly and Maze and Info, I'm hoping artists look at that and say, I want to be like that. I just want to make music. I don't want to do all of the personal stuff. I just want to make great music that's going to last the test of time. So,
yeah, I think there are some artists that just are private in their personal life and that we don't really hear about much about their personal life. It's hard to not be that way nowadays because everything is on. I mean, they can't walk down the street without TMZ being in their ass, so we hear about some of these artists by mistake. Now, some of it, people just like to be on the limelight and just, like Tyrese, his precious soul. He was at a FAMU game in Atlanta and he was walking on the sidelines back and forth. I'm like, you really want people to see you. So, I mean, in terms of us not knowing about Frankie, there are some artists nowadays that kind of fit that same mold, but, we just don't know about it because they don't, they're not following, I guess. But it's kind of hard to not be in the limelight with the way TMZ and all those other things are.
And it seems it's easier to be in front of the camera now than it is to kind of keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
And it's just,
but you got a camera.
It's wild because you can relate so many lessons from Frankie Beverly's life to every medium of entertainment and content, because you can't help but think that everything that we do is going to outlast us. The things that we put in the creative space will be around when we're gone. And to leave such an amazing, legacy behind, like you can rest easy knowing that you don't have anything salacious that people can pull up and be like, oh, he was on some funny style, whatever. Like,
right.
He's pristine. You know what I mean? And it's something that I think we should all strive to be in our endeavors, to make sure that, when it's said and done and our stories are written by other people who either was there to experience it or researched us, that we have something that we could strive to have that type of legacy when it's all said and done. And I think we're doing a great job of that, just to give, us our flowers while we're still smelling them. But it's definitely because of people like him who lead in that way, by just, he didn't say much, but he just led by just being who he is.
Right. He was a great performer, great stage performer. Everything was perfect. He worked well with other artists from what I can hear. So yeah, I mean, y'all mentioned something about us losing our legends, and it just got me thinking about what we doing with the Soulquarians. It's like, just what we're doing here and giving flowers to artists. I wish we could give more, flowers. I wish we could have personally gave flowers to Frankie Beverly. I wish you could have personally gave flowers to Tito. Sergio Mendez. Like, it's so many artists that I wish we were able to do that with. And I'm just praying that one day the artists that we are asking for interviews will understand that what we're trying to do, we're not trying to be the people who are getting gossip pages and all that type of shit. We just want to talk about the music. We want to talk about the fun of making the music, the downs of making the music, but we just want to talk about just the music and the impact of the music. Well, I don't care about your personal business. Like, that has nothing to do with the music, unless it do. But for the most part, a lot of it don't. And so, we're not sitting here trying to get the headlines and the clicks and the shit like that. We just want to have a good time with the artists, let the artists know how much we appreciate them. And the fact that we was able to just do that with E. Jones was special. E. Jones is one of my favorites. So being able to actually sit down and do an interview with him, be able to tell him how much I appreciate his music and tell him how much his music meant to me and my family, that's huge for me. And I just hope we get to continue to do that more. So that's my rant.
Yo, I don't think I can top that. That's you caught it in a nutshell.
And then also to bring light to people that some of our listeners, some of the people that actually follow us may not have ever heard of, instead of the mainstream type of stuff that, there's something wrong with the mainstream, but you guys know, we all know there's just so much more out there. And to be able to expose people to that, whether it be through our interviews or whether it be through our conversation of like the music that we listening to, we don't be going for all of that other shit, but y'all know. Right. Y'all know how I get.
That's it. But that's it. I can't think of anything else to add to that. So on that note, we definitely want to again extend our condolences on behalf of the Soul Curators team and the NPN network and all of our platforms. Christina Curate's show, Soup's Kitchen, The Remedy. Mr. Frankie Beverly will be extremely missed, as well as Tito Jackson and everyone else we lost just recently. Yes. It's been a tough couple of weeks, but we're gonna get through it as a family.
So maybe we should do, what do you guys think about? If not, we don't have to do a mix. So maybe a playlist of some of our favorite Frankie Beverly and May songs, maybe?
Oh, I'm always with that. Okay. I'm always with that. I'm always with some driving music.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
I'm always with that.
Put that together.
And for those who are listening to us right now, make sure you go to the SoundCloud, the Soul Curated SoundCloud, and we got a bunch of mixes up for that to accompany the episodes where we interviewed artists. So go run them up. I see some people running them up now. Go run them up some more. So go ahead and go to SoundCloud, the Soul Curators, and just enjoy it. Listen to it at work or while driving or whatever.
Whoever that is putting that together is doing a really good job,
Shout out to Mr. Alpeak. But
I don't know why we know it's
shout out to the Soul Curators team. But real quick, y'all, I hate to shoehorn this in here, but I'm super excited about this, and this may just be me, but I gotta say this out on public platform. I'm so excited. J Davy is coming back, and if anybody knows anything about me, I'm one of the biggest J Davy fans of all time. I love this band, and so I've seen them a million times. They've been, every time they come to Texas, I see them. I love them. I love Jack. I love Brooke DeLoe, and they're coming back. And so I'm excited about it. So y'all already know where I'm going with this. Y'all already know. So Jack and Brooke, y'all just look forward to hearing from me soon, because I want to be part of the whole rollout. When they come out, I want to be part of it because I just love you guys. So yeah. That's my rant.
That sounds like a plan. Yeah, we're excited. I love that. I wish other folks could actually start making music that hadn't made it in a while, but we're not gonna say no names.
Oh no!
Listen, say the names. Say the names.
We talking to you, nigga.
Say the names. Tell the point. Look in the camera. Look in the corner. Right. Look in the camera and point at these niggas and let them know.
Talking to you.
So while you are on the golf course, you can actually drop some music, not this play.
This nigga making smoky drinks and shit. Nigga smoking.
Oh, that's funny.
No,
oh my God.
I know if he ever see this shit and I see him in person, he definitely punching me. He gonna have to step on the ladder. He definitely punched me when he see me.
No, he probably will laugh and say that it's hilarious. He probably got a sense of humor.
You, to who we talking to, we love you to death, man. We just miss you at all.
Yeah.
It's love. Please receive it as that.
So is that an actual good segue for our second topic?
What would our second topic be, ma'am?
Well, it's a good question. No, just
we rocking with whatever you want to go with. We can go wherever you want to go. We ready.
So I had a thought about the Soulquarians, and my question is, if there was a chance that we could create, or that people could create another collective like the Soulquarians, who would you guys think we would add to that group?
Oh, I'm so ready for this one. I've been thinking about this since you said it. Okay, so I'm going to say I would add the Amours. I would add Alex Isley.
Okay.
I would add Kenyon Dixon.
Mm-hmm.
James Fauntleroy. Xavier Omar.
Yes.
I would add Amber Neverin.
Okay. Okay. He got all of them.
I'll stop there. But yeah, that's where I'm starting at. Those are the ones I'm starting with. I'd start with those.
Soups, you want to go next? Because I'm trying to still. I'm the one that asked the question.
I'm gonna go Terrence Martin. Whose phone is that?
I'm sorry. That's it's your nephew calling for money, probably. I'm sorry. I shut him off. He'll be all right.
Just text him and say, "Hey," I had to text my son and be like, "Hey, I'm recording. So don't you come in here singing?"
Yeah, he knows what's going on. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry for the interruption. Go ahead.
It would be Terrence Martin.
Absolutely.
I would put Robert Glasper in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put Amber Neverin.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Mac Ayers. Hold on. I'm looking. Ray Khalil. And Anderson .Paak. I would definitely want that vibe in there. I would on the MC tip. Of course, Skyzoo, Brittany Carter. You know what? I would add Larry June.
Jones.
That's an interesting curve. I like that.
This the kind of, because his style works with that smooth. You know what I'm saying?
Who'd you say?
Larry June.
Oh, Larry June. I thought you said.
I would add him into maybe like one of those people that come in and out or whatever. But I would add Punch from TDE. Because not everybody has to be on the records. A lot of there's some Soulquarians that was behind the scenes, production wise. But with Punch, I know he can rap, but he also can bridge the gap and get other artists to collab and different things like that. So yeah, I would have Punch. That's it. I can't think of nobody else.
I got a couple more, but go ahead, Christina.
That's a good list. So let's see. Where would I go with this? I think I would add Masego to the mix.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about like the jazz aspect of it. We said Terrence Martin, Robert Glasper. I like the James Fauntleroy. Yes, I love that because he does singing. He put, songwriter, all that.
He the dude with the
dreads. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add. Let's add the Sir and his brother.
D-Smoke.
Also, of course, you guys named mostly everybody that I would add. Let me think. I I had it in my head when I was thinking about this question, but I forgot about who I would add. Because you guys have a lot of people that I would add. Come back to me, because I'm still, I have it in the back of my head. I just got to think about who else I would add.
So I got some more. I would add, damn, I just lost it that quick. I would add Thundercat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would add Samara Joy.
Oh, I was thinking about her. You think? Okay.
I like it for the twist. I would add Suzanne Carroll. Somebody people don't know too much about, but she's dope. She sounds like, for those who are not familiar, and forgive me, I hope this means takes no disrespect. She sounds like Nancy Wilson if Nancy Wilson sung about fucking.
Yeah, she does have.
That's the best way to describe her, because she has the voice like Nancy Wilson, but she be singing about fucking a lot. I would add to that list MC-wise. You kind of stumped me with the MCs, because Larry June would be perfect. I can't really think of too many MCs off the top of my head I would include. I'm
at Rhapsody and Odyssey.
Okay, I could see Rap and Odyssey.
For sure. Black Milk.
And I would possibly Black Milk. I would actually also add Misha.
Production wise, yeah. I'll add Knife.
This is okay. I can see. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, that's damn near dinner party.
This is growth, right? Look, this is growth right here.
Yeah, it is. Because all we missing is Kamasi Washington. If we had Kamasi,
right?
we could add him too.
Yeah, it's dinner party. So if I'm adding Knife, I can't add Little Brother. I can't add Foreign Exchange.
Yeah, you can add that. Yeah, keep Frontier away from him. Like, we don't want no problems.
We don't want no problem.
We don't want no problems.
I mean, I would add Tall Black Guy to that.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta add Tall Black Guy. Like, he's
the way he puts it together is just
Blue Lab Beats.
Yes. So let's go over to
like
the
this.
time.
I like this.
Yeah. Let's go over to the UK and go ahead and add some people. Jazzy Jeff.
I like this. I like this gathering of artists. They all sound, they're diverse, but I can see it being a melting pot.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That would be really dope.
If we were to create, if the Soulquarians was to make a label, and we had to draft artists, who is your first draft pick?
What? Oh Lord.
I'm not gonna front. The first people.
Who what?
Who are you building?
Oh, that's a different question. That's a different question. The first person I want to get is probably not who I'm going to build my label with, but I get that. I'll answer the label building question. Damn.
You done threw in this question. I got to think about that.
It's a great question, and it's like who hasn't blown yet that could blow?
No, it doesn't matter. If they blow,
it don't have to blow. It's just this is what we leaning on. This is our flagship.
Because we're an expansion team, so we're a record label, but we're an expansion team. So we get to draft any player. Who is your first player you drafted?
Darian Brockington.
I'm not gonna front.
Darian Brockington.
D Brock is a good one. I'm drafting Alex. I feel like Alex is about to. Huh?
I'm drafting Kendrick.
That's a great draft. I'm
gonna draft Kendrick, and then I'm gonna get all of the lesser known people, because then we get to do whatever. But with Kendrick on the top, I can get all of the little people that don't get hurt or whatever, and we good.
Yeah, that's a good. You can't lose with that. I think the reason I was saying Alex is because if you think about it, up to this point, everything that she's done outside of her solo stuff has been heavily collaborative. She did the Terrence Martin album. She did 2 Jack Dine albums. I think it feels like she's about to move into a whole nother phase where her solo shit about to really go off. I feel like that's why I would probably make her like a flagship artist. But definitely Kendrick, definitely D Brock.
Technically, isn't all her music solo? Because she's only working with producers. She hasn't worked with another like.
Technically, yeah. But I mean, when she puts the project out, it's like it's us, or it's it's me and this.
Yeah. When she puts out just Alex.
Yeah, and have them produce it, but they're not like this is their album too. Yeah. I feel like it's coming. I feel like it's on its way. I was also going to say, just circling back, I want to sign J Davy. I want to put a building behind it. I want to put a whole building behind it because, in my opinion, I think it's so many people that bit their style. Mm-hmm. They're the fathers, the mothers of a whole generation of artists. Like it's mad people bit their shit from looks to sound. So I think. Yeah, maybe I'm just speaking from. I'm a prisoner of the moment because I'm just excited to come back.
Yeah,
I'll admit to that, but yeah,
I would do the same. I would get for like I said, I would get Kendrick. Then I would go get Cooley High, the rap group, and then I'll get Dwele. Because now that I got somebody big enough on a label, it should be easier for him to make music and feel comfortable. And then as long as he has a place where his music is going to be heard, I feel like we would get more music. And anywhere it goes, if he's on my label, he's making me music. That's all that matters. So,
yeah. Whether we put it out or not, I got it.
But I get it.
We don't know. I wish somebody could be a fly on the wall to find out what his reasons are. He has his reasons, and we, of course, respect them. But
Lord, I'm gonna speak this into existence. When we get this interview with him in 2025, Lord have mercy, this is gonna be amazing. I cannot wait. It's gonna be like that's gonna be a movie.
It's gonna be a movie.
It's gonna be a movie.
It's gonna be a celebration.
There's gonna be a lot to say. Like we got a lot to say.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I mean, his vantage point from where he's at in music and looking at things and looking at a lot of people that he fathered. He fathered a lot of styles too.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying? So I would love to hear how he receives that.
I wonder if he know he's father styles. Like, I wonder if he know, like, and also, I mean, he's active on social media, so I'm quite sure he knows he's missed. But you talking to an independent artist who has to market their music, they have to make it, they have to record it, you know what I'm saying? They have to get it mastered. So he's doing all of this on his own. And I get that it can be tiresome or troublesome for some artists, but I wonder if that plays a role in this. You know, I'm wondering like what artist has reached out to him and said, let's do something. And he's like, no, I can't. You know what I'm saying?
We don't even know, but it just...
That's
I think
like,
what troubles...
I know we can't ask those questions. Like niggas, like, who asked you to do some music and you refuse? Like, I know we can't ask that, but, you know, this is those, you know, what's going on up there?
Yeah. I just don't want him to get to the point where people look at him as only a legacy act, because there's some, like I can be transparent and say Faith Evans is a legacy act. Any new project she put out, she really can't tour it because ain't nobody gonna want to hear none of that. They want to hear what they know, and that's cool. But I don't want him to become a legacy act where anything that he puts out that's revolutionary to the genre doesn't get put out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know what you're about to say, Sue, so let me answer your question before you ask it. I still maintain that her Faithfully album is one of her top albums. I don't think people rocked with it as much because they weren't paying as much attention to her at that time. But her Faithfully album is one of her, it's top 3 to me, but people really don't really play the music on it. I still think it's one of her better projects. But I realize that she's a legacy act at this point.
So you don't
think... So to be easy to get an interview.
So you don't think
I've been trying.
You don't think
I really have, I'm not gonna lie.
If she came out with something right now with a really good or multiple good producers, you don't think that it would rock? Like, look at Layla Hathaway. I
can't really answer that question because I'm going to be completely biased and I'm not going to look at it from the outside in. But honestly, I'll be concerned because it's like, I mean, having seen her the last 2 times I've seen her, she's packed houses. But they always, like the last one I went to, she headlined, but the show was so long, people was leaving because it was like 9 acts before her.
Yeah.
So by the time she got on, people had already left, and it was like it looked really bad. But she ain't give a fuck. She just rocked it. But I don't know. I'm iffy about how people receive her. I think they look at her as like, oh shit, Faith's still out, Faith's still alive. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, so for Faith, for her to rock with a production, she would have to go with her original production. And
he's gone. He passed
well,
away.
I mean, why does she have
away.
to go with her original production?
Because that's what worked for her.
Well, that's all we know that will work for her. We don't know what else would work for her.
But she's tried other producers, and it didn't sound that great.
So there's
not
so
necessarily.
many other ones out there.
No, that's what I'm saying. The Faithfully album Chucky wasn't on that album. The Faithfully album, if you go back and listen to it, it's fire. But it's just people weren't really pointing to it. I think that there are producers that could give her the sound that she needs.
Yep.
That doesn't sound dated, that sounds current, but it doesn't sound like you're trying to do too much. Like, for instance, she just did a song, but a while ago. She was on a song with Little Dragon produced by Raphael Sadiq called Peace of Mind. Fire.
Ooh.
I think Raphael Sadiq, she could get in the studio with Raphael Sadiq and make some joints. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or,
I mean, that's cool. She can't do it before D'Angelo, though. So, like, D'Angelo he's making music with Raphael Sadiq right now. Yeah. So that's the.
Well, he
got to go with the cash cow. He got to go with the cash cow, obviously.
Yeah, and I think that because these artists, like you said, we call them legacy artists. Like if you think about Eric Benet, Maxwell, even Dwele, and then some people may put Music Soul Child in that box. We're so used to, we loved their music when it came out the first time till it's like, okay, how is this new stuff going to sound? I wonder how people actually liked Layla Hathaway's album.
It was cool. But music
was good. I think
music was able to work with a new producer and that album was that was a really good album. That album took me back to his first 2 albums. Like it felt like I was listening to music for the first time again. And he was able to do that. I'm not sure if a lot of artists can do that. Layla Hathaway is different because I don't know, I can't explain it, but she's one of those artists that has transitioned in time. And like she's made the right transitions every move she's made. Like I can't think of an album that wasn't done great for her. Like for me, every album I've heard from her first album to this last album have been put together very, very well, and everything fits with her. Same with Music Soul Child, but to me, it just seems like some of these artists like that they're chasing a sound of theirs that they'll never get back, and they don't adapt well to new sounds. I don't want to be disrespectful in that, but it's trying to figure out a way to put it, and that's some of these just ain't doing it.
Like who?
I don't want to put any names to it.
Okay.
I want to say about maybe, and I could be wrong with what I'm quoting this timeline, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, LL Cool J made a point that I have not shaken since he said it. He said that one way to keep from being considered a legacy act is to continue to make music. He's like, I don't understand why artists who have been successful in the past, who have access to music and creating music, don't continue to make music. They just stop making music after a certain point. And he said that hurts the culture. And then those are the same ones who want to come back and criticize the same culture that they stopped contributing to. And he's like, I'm not one of them people that let rest on my laurels. If you want to hear my old stuff that you like, go back and listen to it. I'm going to keep trying to evolve my style, whether sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I got to keep trying. He said, and I don't understand why artists don't keep doing that. And I think you can apply that to everybody, and I think, and just as recently, he was critical, gently, but critical about Andre 3000. Like, yo, it's fine to want to venture out and do other things. We encourage that. But why would you stop rapping? Like, why? We want to hear everything you've been going through as a 40-year-old midlife midlife crisis man, because of the fact of how well you do it. Your fans will never stop wanting to hear you. And he's right. He's right. And so I think with Dwele, it's kind of like that. Like, we understand what you're going through. We know whatever you're going through, that we give it space, and it's honor, and we honor its space. But bro, give us a 2-piece every once a year or so, maybe just something. We know you got something.
I think that's what he's doing on IG. Every so often he drops vocals, he drops some production. Him in a hotel somewhere, he's singing about some shit that he done went through. And he'll drop those, but he's not actually dropping songs, but he's dropping like the visuals and the artistry of, a quick thing. Like, yeah, I still got it. Like, I can still do this shit if need be, but I don't need to. And that's what it feels like. It just feels like, yeah, I could do this, but I don't need to. This nigga on a golf course with $1,000 clubs, like,
yeah.
Apparently he's living pretty well now. So it's like, all right.
If making music is disturbing their peace, then so be it. So be it. But if you want to enter,
my fault.
No, I was just gonna say, if it's disturbing their peace to do that, that's fine. But my thing is, eventually, most artists do want to come back to this space, and it's like, you want us to receive you when you come back. It's like, you have to introduce yourself to us all over again. Yeah. And with the artists that we're discussing tonight, they're still at a point where we really you ain't gotta say much. If they come back, we know what it is. Right. But generations are passing that have no idea who these people are we talking about. Right. And it's like, okay, so, but alas,
the disturbing a piece. That statement lightweight bothers me when it comes to artists, because you decided to put this music out to the world. You decided to be a public figure. So, like, if you're making something that is great and people love it, why do you want to stop people from enjoying it? I mean, I understand people go through things. I get it. I understand it. But I also I'm also thinking too, is like, okay, if that's the case, don't stop being an entertainer and go get a real job. And don't.
We can't. I don't think we can be in a position to, like, tell a person what to do with their passion or what to do with their thing, right? I think we can want someone to make more music. We can want these artists that we know made great music to bring us more music. But I know it's frustrating because it's a catch-22. Yes, we want to hear his music, but at the same time, he can do what the fuck he want to do. I mean, because if we start pressuring these people and they start putting out trash, then it's gonna be like, well, that's why I didn't put. I don't know. I just feel like,
so, I get that. But what I'm saying is, when artists is like, I don't want to, don't make me make music, that type of thing, like, but they're still going on tours, they're still doing interviews, they're still, like, in this entertainment space, but they don't want to be. Andre is an example. Like, Andre is like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, but you're still doing interviews, you're still making music. It's not the music that people are asking for, but you're still in this entertainment world. If it was so fucked up and it made you so messed up, just go be a regular person. I guess that's
he's done that. That nigga be on the damn.
What I'm saying is, like, he's back. He's never just left. Like, Andre has been around. He's been featured on different songs. Like, he did some shit with Future. He did some shit with Divine Council. Like, he was featured on songs. So, like, he was still rapping, but he just wasn't putting out an album. And it's because he was a diamond a diamond selling artist and the shit got to him or whatever. I get it, but I guess how I'm looking at it is like, if it's so messed up, if everything is just so wild and it's just so crazy for you, just step away and don't 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like, okay, prime example, D-Brock. Like D-Brock, we did the interview with him and he talked about he has a 9 to 5. Like he still works a 9 to 5, but he still has a passion for the music. So it's like those type of artists, he still has this passion. He still wants to make music, but he's still gonna work and do it, do his 1 2.
I just don't think we can. I don't know. I don't think we can. Who are we to say that an artist can or needs to go get a 9 to 5 and be out of it completely? We can't. I don't think we can make that. I don't know. I just can't. I don't think we can really have that opinion. D-Brock is D-Brock. I'm sure there are other artists like D-Brock that have 9 to 5s. But then there are some artists like 3000 or Dwele. We don't know what Dwele does outside of, he might be teaching some kids how to play music at home. I mean, we don't know what he does outside of what we see, right?
I guess my only thing is just like, if it's such an issue,
but we don't know what Dwele's issue is.
Well, I'm not just saying Dwele. I'm not just saying Dwele. It's this artists that do this where the public light is just a big issue for them. They don't want to be entertainers, but they want to be entertainers. That kind of bothers me to the point it was like, what you chose this, like you picked this. You can step away at any point and don't keep coming back and forth, and then make the fans feel bad but they make the fans feel bad for wanting more of them. Like
we're
you gave
entitled.
us something great, and then you step back, and then you blame the fans. Well, the fans is always asking this, and the third. I'm just artists that do that. There's a bunch of artists that do that, where they like, I don't want to be this entertainer. I don't want to be in entertainment, but then they still want to be in entertainment. But
Who said that?
Nobody said it. What I'm saying is like, there's artists that do this, but then Andre is one of the ones who said that, where he doesn't want to be like, he doesn't want to make this type of music that the fans want. He wants to do this, but he doesn't want all of the other stuff that come with it. So just stop making music. I guess it's like, just
he
stop.
Didn't want to rap because he didn't have nothing to rap about. He was going to rap about would make sense to the people. He didn't say he wanted to stop being an entertainer completely, did he?
He said that in interviews where he didn't like being out in the public. He don't like being around people. He doesn't like. So he said that before. So, and he's not the only person that said that. I guess what I'm saying is like, just if you don't want to do it, don't tease. Like, don't say, yeah, I'm gonna do it halfway, and then that's just my thing.
That's entitlement as a fan. Goodbye. What do you have to say?
I feel like I think I'm going to change my terminology on what I desire from artists who have been kind of quiet. I think I'm just going to say it would be nice to have a Dwele project, and I think I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? It's a part, instead of what I've been doing. I've been pretty aggressive on my platform. Like, yo, what is he doing? Same thing with King. Same thing with, whomever else I'm feeling like the time. I've been pretty like, yo, what y'all doing? Y'all playing? I think I'm going to change my tune into it would be nice.
Badu
and appreciate what you've done so far. Huh?
Badu ain't gave us a project either.
Yeah. But the funny thing about Badu, because you're right, she hasn't given us a project in a while, but she ain't going away. These people have gone away. You know what I'm saying? They kind of like have kind of receded from what they normally would do. She's still in our face, and it's perfect because we love her. We love her in totality.
Here's the deal: we don't know what kind of personalities these people may have. They may not have ever been that type to be on the scene all the time. They may not like that. They just happen to be a really good artist that say, okay, I'm going to put this music out. So I think that as a consumer and as a fan, we just are entitled to say, to tell or to give an opinion about how they should live their life. I think we should appreciate what they've given us. I think we should appreciate what they've given us. We can hope that they give us more, but
nobody becomes an by accident. You picked
say it
it.
Again?
Nobody becomes an entertainer by accident.
Okay.
Like you picked it. Like you decided to put something out to the world. And once you decide to do that, then there's whatever comes back is what comes back.
And they also have a right to not want to give anything to us because they may not be in the right headspace. We don't know what.
That's perfectly fine.
And we can't say go away for good. Like, what the fuck? What?
I don't know. That's just, for me, that you give us something great. We say you are great at this, and fans are showing you love and actually showing you respect, and you just like, yo, fuck the fans. Like, I don't want to do this. But I'm gonna still stand in your face and tell you, I don't want to do this.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. I'm sorry, give a reference to some sports, right? So if an athlete gave us 5 years of just being on top of his whatever he's doing, whether it's basketball or football, and the fans love him, right? He decides, I don't want to do this right now. We're gonna say the same thing? Are we gonna say to him, you need to get your ass back on this court or back on the field and do what we love you to do?
They did it to Jim Brown. Jim Brown got a lot of backlash for that.
Okay, well,
now, he retired.
I think we are entitled. We are entitled as fans, and maybe they were meant to give us.
Sports is a little different, though. Like sports is a little different because it's a physical thing. But I mean, Jim Brown retired early, and he got a lot of backlash for retiring early. And then
I think something that we don't really circle around because it can be taken as disrespect, but it might actually be the truth. I think some of these people have emptied their vessels and they may not have anything else to say.
Lauryn Hill.
Like I really and that, you know what, and that's where I was going. So it's like I caught a lot of flack for saying that about her, but the truth of the matter is, she contributed a lot to the Fugees projects and making them classic artists. Then she had her space to give her truth. She gave a lot on her first solo album. Like she emptied whatever was going on with herself at that time. I think we can all agree with that. Well, however we received it is whatever, but I will always stand on she really emptied her vessel at that. Maybe she don't have nothing else to share that would be enticing. Or the same with Andre. I have a harder time believing that with Andre because his life is so eclectic from what he has shared with us. And then the way he looks at a picture, we say there's a blue sky with clouds. He'll come up with a completely different vision of what it is. He has that talent. So it's hard to see him looking at regular life and not being poetic about it. So I have a harder time with that.
And the other reason
that would apply to him.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think some of our artists that we are missing might have emptied their vessel. They may have emptied their chamber. And
good point.
They just can't get back that lick. And it's hard to think about that because they're talented. But, the creating part. But then also to that point, the antithesis of that is that there's so many songwriters that they can go to to help pull that out them, help them support that. So I don't know. It's a mixed bag. I feel funny about it. I think ultimately it's just we've been inundated with so many trash ass artists that I really miss the good ones. You know what I'm saying? I really do miss them. Which is why I was so fucking excited about J. Davy coming back. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. So yeah.
And there's so many artists and music. Now, I'm not trying to replace these people because we can't, but we can enjoy the folks that are making the music and the folks that people have never heard of, and we can, let the people know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So
this has been very spirited.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a very spirited point. Yeah, but it speaks to the passion of the music. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We are all creators and curators, and we all know, what we like and what we favor and what works and what's good and what our listeners want to hear. And I think when we see the gold mine right there, it's like, yo, it's right there. Just give it to me.
Yeah.
It can get frustrating at times, but also with keeping and giving people grace. We're gonna give them grace, and we're gonna continue to love them. And whenever they decide to pop out, we're gonna show them love. We're gonna support them, and we're gonna be ready to stand on what they're giving us. You know what I'm saying? And whenever y'all ready, y'all got a home. Y'all just gotta come home.
So that's a good actual segue to our last little piece that we were going to talk about. And that's like, what are your top Soups? What you said? Top 20 albums from 2024?
The favorite.
Our early candidates for top albums of 2024.
2024.
And I'm going to go with Ray Khalil, Crybaby.
Mm-hmm.
That when she dropped the first single, Is It Worth It? That, I mean, y'all know that was like on repeat.
Absolutely.
So when I was excited, and then hearing her album from top to bottom, it's just, I enjoy it. I'm still in it. It's on all of my favorite lists. So I would say if I had to choose one, that would be mine.
All right, so let's go one by one. We'll go in circles, okay?
Okay.
All right, so that you said Ray Khalil, Crybaby. I'm going to add to that list Shea Universe, the Love's Letter album. That the first quarter of this year she had all my attention, and it's still very dope. So that's what I would add to that. And if anybody has not heard that album, the first song I want you to go to is a song called More Than Enough featuring Layla Hathaway. Mm-hmm. It's going to do something to you. I'm just telling you right now, it's going to do something to you, and I'm not responsible for what it does to you, but it's going to do something to you. If you don't shed a tear or at least get emotional when you hear this song, you need to do some soul searching. That's all I'm saying. That's what I would add to that list.
I'm picking No Worries, Why Lord.
Yes.
That's mine. That's mine. I mean, that album is still in heavy rotation. I was just listening to it today. Like, it's still one of those. I haven't felt that in a while. An album that came out, and there's so many other albums that came out after it, where you still go back to this and from the beginning, from top to bottom. Like, we going on a ride somewhere, and I'm just like, I feel like, listen, I want to hear No Worries. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's just one of those. Now it's just one of those albums that would just get played, that'll take you to another spot. Like, it just take you to another place, and you just like, you in your relax zone or whatever. And it's just a perfect album. To me, it's a perfect album.
And what an amazing follow-up.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I think this is probably out of all of their No Worries albums, I feel like this one is probably their best.
I agree.
My second choice, I'm trying to figure out which one. Damn. Personally, my second choice would be Lucky Day Algorithm. I know that it's hard to come back. I mean, it's hard to come from his first album to the second one and to now the third one, but I really have enjoyed just seeing him kind of blossom into more than just an R&B artist, because he is pushing the rock. He has Teddy Swims.
Swims. I'm getting it wrong.
Swims. He has him on one of the tracks. I mean, I'm just enjoying. Although personally, Lucky Day sounds like an asshole, but let's just stick to the music. I've seen some things, so I'm going to go with him as my second.
This is going to sound biased because this is a friend of the show, but I can only be honest because I can't stop going to this album, Misha's Radiant Project.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still giving. It's still giving life every time I run it back. I still enjoy the sounds. When we sat with it before it came out, and then we talked to him about it, and And we still waiting for that package, Misha. But anyway, yeah, I keep going back to that. I can't stop going back to this one. That's definitely one of my tops for this year.
I'm picking D-Brock's Where the Love Grows.
Yes, sir.
That has been something that I keep going back to. And to be quite honest, I didn't think I was gonna like the album. Because he was gone for so long, and I wasn't sure what we were gonna get, and to realize like he came out with something great. Like, to me, this is some great work from him, from not doing anything to making this great piece of work. I'm excited for what's next, but I wasn't really expecting much. Like, I was just kind of like, all right, D-Brock is back. That's cool. And I'm going to listen to it, and I'm probably won't listen to it again. And then I ended up listening to it over and over and over and over again. And I'm still listening to it now. So it's like, that's one of the ones that's one of my favorites.
Shout out to D-Brock.
D-Brock. We done? Or we still going around?
No, let's go. It's on you.
K Tronada, Timeless. There's a lot of there are a lot of like dance songs that are on there. I hate that I'm not going to see him. I can't do the venue, and it's in October, and I don't know what the weather gonna be. I hate that I'm not gonna be able to see him, but I just can't do it. He coming to Atlanta next month.
Yep. He gonna be here. He won $160 for 2 tickets. I was like, bro, look, I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm not gonna be able to do it. Nah, I might have to catch you at a festival. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do it. You stole mine, Christina, so I have to go to my next one. That is definitely one of my favorites. The Cat Pack album.
Yes.
It was. I was fully expecting it to be a Moonchild knockoff. It's not. It's its own lane. I found the difference and its own appreciation of it. You know, yes, Amber's on it. The music's kind of similar, but it's its own lane, and I can appreciate it separately from Moonchild. And I enjoy it. And all of this. I haven't heard a whack song on that album ever yet. So shout out to Cat Pack.
The difference is that the people that's with her can actually sing.
Well, the shorty from Moonchild sings too. He can sing. Yeah, he just don't sing on the album. He can sing. He can sing. He
What's
just don't
name?
sing on the Moonchild albums. Forgive me I'm spacing out on his name.
I know. It's at the tip of my tongue.
It's the short keyboardist. I hope you forgive us. I'm gonna find. I gotta.
But he just don't. He don't sing on the Moonchild album. If he do, it's back.
But his solo. Yeah, his solo joints are dope though. But the Cat Pack album was dope.
Okay.
I'm picking Common and Pete Rock, The Auditorium, Volume 1. It's between that and Schoolboy Q, Blue Lips. It's between those two. But I feel like the Common and Pete Rock album is a little bit better than Blue Lips.
It's much better than Blue Lips. Oh, by the way, Andres Matson from Moonchild. He's also a singer.
Oh, I don't know what. Mets, and that's why I thought Met. Okay. Okay.
But I definitely agree with the Pete Rock and Common album.
So it's a very short EP, but Sebastian Michael dropped like 3 or 4 songs, and his song with MIV. Y'all know who MIV. Yeah, I've been jamming that one.
This is kind of a surprise for me. I didn't think it was going to be anywhere on my top list, but it is. I find myself running back to it. Maida dropped the Endless Night EP, and it's more of a dance EP. It goes. I really enjoy it. It's definitely one of the standouts for this year for me. She got some K Tronada on there too, which is can't hurt. But I've never. This is like the first project of hers where she actually stands out a little bit, like because she can sing, she can perform. I've seen her live. Her mic is on, but it's just like she sounded like everybody else. This one, this kind of stood out for me. So I have to add the Maida album, the Maida EP rather.
I'm gonna go with Don't Grow Up Too Soon by Not Sent. It's a producer. That album, he's got Absol on there. It's quite a few different joints on there. But that album got played a lot. And that was one of my favorites. I still play it. I think that came out in the beginning of the year.
So have you guys listened to Kehlani's album?
I did. And
I'm not really a huge Kehlani, I guess that's like saying that, fan, but I actually enjoyed a few of the songs off of this album. She's got one with Destin Conrad. She's got one with, oh goodness, is it Lucky Day? I think it's Lucky Day. And she's got one, the one with Lucky Day. I really like that one. So I'm getting into the other songs, but I like a few of those off of her album or EP. I'm not sure which one it was. Yeah.
Soups mentioned this artist earlier. Larry Jones, Doing It For Me album. Good God Almighty! Like he's kind of he hit a zone where he just can't do no wrong to me. He just can't do no wrong. And then the wonderful thing about Larry is that he's 1,000% himself and transparent. But he's entertaining as hell because he's just so cool. Like, I mess with it heavy. So shout out to Larry Jones.
I'm going with Terrence Martin, Nintendo Soul. I know it just came out. I know it just came out, but that is a top contender for me. That has been a heavy rotation since it dropped. Yeah, this is one of my out of the Terrence Martin drops. This is probably my favorite.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good.
Well, so I think that is all we have for this week.
Yeah, that's about all I got on my list too. I think we covered, and you guys stole a lot of mine too. But I
got one more too.
Good. Okay.
Layla, Gap Year. That album is actually really good, and I'm really.
It's good. It is. Layla, Mos Def's daughter.
Mos Def's daughter.
Oh.
Gap Year. I really like that album from top to bottom. Like it's a complete album.
You think she can sing?
It is. Yeah,
she can sing. She sounds like she got to blow her nose, but she can sing.
Since we're going there, I have to talk about this Doechii project. Like, oh my God, it's had me in a chokehold for a while. So I think I'm still living with it. So I'm not ready to put it in the upper echelon of the top albums of the year, but it's definitely something that has my attention. And having my attention for more than a week is saying something for me, because I usually listen to on.
Alligator.
Yeah. Alligator bites don't heal. Yeah, yo.
Okay.
It's shout out to Doechii. I was talking to some friends of mine about the project, and I can't shake the thought. They were like, what did you think about it? I was like, it's giving me young Jean Grey a little bit. Not just like her, but like young Jean Grey, because the way she raps and how effortlessly her delivery it is, and how little. I always love MCs who don't have to use a whole lot of words to get a point across. That's
because she's doing a lot of curse words.
That too. But she's getting a point across, and I love it. And I love her brashness. I love how bold she is. I love it. Like,
it don't.
But
for her to be a female MC, I don't feel like she's forcing it. Some of those, some of them, they feel like this is being forced. They trying to be too tough with their voice and shit. I was like, you doing too much. Just rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like there's much of a gimmick where there's some female MCs who do too much with their voice. They try to sound.
Male ones that do too, though.
I get that too, but what I'm saying is there's some in that lane that try to do too much with their voice, and I don't like. I'll I prefer like Rhapsodies, the Dochies, the Brittany Carters. It's quite a few that are they rap. You know what I'm saying? There's no gimmicks behind it. I like Glow. Like I like Glorilla. I think she pretty cool. Like she just rap. You know what I'm saying? Like her voice is just naturally that, but it ain't. She's not trying to do anything extra. She's just doing it. I can't give you examples of who just be doing all that extra because I don't know their names. But when they come up on the timeline, scroll past.
Soups is gonna bash me for what I'm about to say, and I know I'm about to catch hell. I'm such a fan of Lotto rapping. Like her rapping, not her show, not her performance, not her in front of the camera. Her rapping. She is the most confident, arrogant rapper, and I love it. I love the way she talk her shit. Like, I don't necessarily agree with everything she says, but I just love the confidence that she says it and the way she raps. Her flow is a little offbeat to a degree, so she sounds different from other people.
That's why I can't get with it.
So like I caught it. It's like it's one of them offbeat flows you got to kind of catch. And now it's her rhythm is a little off, and I caught it. It took me a while to catch it, but I catch it. I like it.
I ain't trying to do it again.
But Soups, but how they supposed to sound?
Like,
you said that there are some artists, huh?
Well, she's kind of offbeat.
Right.
She's like offbeat, but she catch it at the end. Like it's weird. It's kind of weird, but yeah.
Right. You said that some female artists sound like they're trying.
They put on a voice, and it's just a little too extra for me. There's some female MCs that do that. I'm not saying all of them, but there's some that just come up on the timeline, and I see it, and I just be like, I'm cool. Nicki Minaj is one of them. I don't like that voice. Like all of that extra shit that she do, just rap. Like you ain't got to.
I totally agree. I totally agree. I think she's trying to imitate Wayne, and it don't sound right. I think when she just raps herself on her natural tone, it sounds good. But when she's imitating Wayne, I don't like it.
All that extra shit is just to me.
She is a what is it? She's an artist by trade in terms of like her artisticness. I think she's in character most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like character rappers. I don't like male or female. I don't like character rap.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, because I mean, to this point, if we're gonna compare it, like whether you agreed or not with what Lil' Kim was saying, her rapping, you don't have no question about. Even if she was rapping other people's verses, the way she raps, she was like her and Foxy Brown, but I preferred Kim because Kim's flow I liked.
Even Eve. Yeah. Eve was like...
And Eve, Eve was crazy.
It wasn't no extra with Eve. It was just like she had a flow. She wasn't trying to sound like a dude or nothing like that. Like she was just Eve. Eve was my favorite.
But now this has been 2024 has been very interesting. I don't know if I'm ready to compare it to 2023 or 2022, but so far it feels like people are really kind of branching out and kind of being comfortable in their art.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think this is better than 2023 as far as music goes so far?
I'm gonna wait till the end of the fourth quarter before I say that because I'm not sure yet. Because I think I'm not sure. I want to see what Be My drops next quarter. I'm thinking Kendrick gonna drop early before the Super Bowl, but he might wait till afterwards. So I'm not sure. I'm just waiting. I think he's gonna wait till after the Super Bowl personally, but he could surprise. You never know. I don't know. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to see how. I'm fairly certain the foreign exchange is gonna surprise us somewhere in this quarter. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm just gonna hold off. But I haven't been disappointed month to month. Like I always had something good to go to that came out this year. Like I will say this though. I'll say this. As far as the Remedy, this year is probably the year I played most of my shows have been 2024 heavy. And I can't say that about every other year. Every other year I've been going back and coming current and all that. This year I have a bunch of episodes where I ain't played nothing but 2024, and that's good.
Mm-hmm. That's a good sign.
So I would have to say, that's kind of where I landed. Plus, talking to y'all and y'all are telling me about this, and I go listen to it, and I pick out some joints from it, and it's been a lot. It's been very enriching.
Yep. Well, guys, what are you wearing?
It's been good, Christina. It's been good.
Like I said, what are you wearing? But you know what I mean.
Look, look, I ain't been married that long. No. Music is my love language. Number one.
Yes, I have that one also. I love that one. I got to get another one because I don't know where that shirt is.
Where did you get that from?
Bro, don't make me lie. I have to pull a tag out. I'll send it to you when I figure it out. But I've had this a while.
Yeah, I need that.
Yeah. I have a blue one.
This particular shirt is very special to me because the very first time I got my mixing equipment, and the very first gig I got hired to do a model. What is it called when models walk down a runway and all of that? A runway show or something. I had to do a runway show in one of the arts districts in Houston, and this was the shirt I wore for my very first my own DJ gig. I was on the flyer. It was just me. I had my music. I had my speakers. I had all of that, and it was just me by myself. And this is the shirt I wore, and so this is kind of sentimental for me.
Oh, that's cool. So I have on Fast Auntie Lounge by Ninth Wonder himself. That was, Fast Auntie Lounge was what he created during the pandemic when he would go live and play music. So,
did you get to spend a night bag too?
No, I did not. I did not. Maybe not spending the night. No, I'm just playing. But no, I didn't.
I almost wore that same shirt too today.
I didn't get one.
I wonder why you didn't get one. I wonder why.
Right. What are you wearing, sir?
I am wearing my Black on Purpose hoodie from Salon Remy.
Okay.
This is from his album merch. He has so many different colors on there. I love this hoodie. I love wearing it in public. I love wearing it in white spaces. I love it. It just does something to me. Like, you just wearing it and they look at you like, why are you wearing that?
Nah, that's hard. That's hard. It caught my attention as soon as I saw you in it. That's hard. The color, the logo, it's hard.
So I know we're ending, but I want to add 2 Salon Remy to our Soulquarian if we had a collective. And I also want to add Eric Roberson. Shout out to Eric Roberson for still putting out singles to this day. That nigga don't stop.
I got one more I thought about. PJ Morton.
Yes, that was yes.
I will say this real quick though. We mentioned him earlier, but we didn't mention him for real. Maxwell dropped a new song and we're not talking about it.
Oh, I listened to it because it's a remake of somebody's song. It's a remake.
It's a remake, but he dropped. It's his song. Like, Maxwell is dropping new music, and we just kind of like, okay.
No, but it's a remake. It's not his new album. It's
fine.
It's a cover. It's a cover, isn't it?
It's a cover, but it's still new. Like, it's new Maxwell. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's a cover, which a lot of his music is covers, but it's a cover, right. But it's still Maxwell in 2024. Like, we didn't even touch it. We ain't talked about it. Like,
we haven't. We haven't had a episode except today, outside of because it dropped August 2nd.
I'm not just talking about just on the episode. I'm just saying. Like,
in the culture,
like, people aren't talking about Maxwell dropping new music in 2024. It's a big deal. Like, to me, it's a big deal. So it's like
it is.
I think we got to do better. With that,
I'm in full support of artists still putting out music. So if this is what he want to do, I'm in full support of it because I think it's a space for he has a lane and he has a space. So I'm in full support. So I'll do better. I need to sit with it too. While I would prefer him having original music, I can accept the cover.
Yeah, and he still can sing. I mean, his Tiny Desk was
He about to go on a cruise. They doing a cruise.
Yeah. He's doing he's on tour. He's going to be here in I just saw him in Jasmine a couple of years, 2 years ago. So he's on tour with Jasmine Sullivan and somebody else. So
speaking of Tiny Desk, Mr. Alpete, I know you're there. So I don't know if in the next episode or sometime soon we need to sit down with you. I need to get a recap on this Lox show you went to. I've never seen the Lox live. I've seen Styles P live, but I've never seen the Lox in totality live. So I know that was an experience. So we definitely got to get your review on that for sure.
Yo, we definitely got to get a sit down with LP anyway, because between Lox and him interviewing Marlon, he's on. Look, he's so humble, bro.
Yeah, it's time for us to have an interview with our producer. Yes.
Yeah, it's time. We gotta make sure we gotta check his schedule and see if he's good.
Damn. Right.
Yo, we want to thank everybody for tuning into this episode of the Soul Curators podcast. We are back through the hard way. Y'all know what it is. Make sure that you are subscribed to all of us on all of our individual and collective platforms. Make sure you have the MPN Network app on your device. Please make sure you have that on your device. I know y'all got your devices out. Please check it out there. And of course, make sure you are subscribed to everything Christina curates, everything Soup's Kitchen. You can also listen to some bullshit that I do. Please make sure you continue to support the Soul Curators podcast. Of course, make sure that you go check out our episodes with the artists we've had. Also, make sure you check out our SoundCloud. We got some music that we talk about music, we actually play it too. So, Christina, speaking of playing music, can you let them know where they can get in contact with you and support your platform and everything else that you are doing in this culture?
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at Miss Christina Curates, also on TikTok, and on, where else am I? Facebook. That's me.
What's the name of your show?
Christina Curates.
What's the name of your show?
The Christina Curates.
Okay. Ain't you on like 4 stations?
No. Yes, I'm sorry. I've been out of it for the last couple of weeks. But you can catch me on.
We're gonna bring you back.
You can catch me on MPN Radio on Fridays, Soul City Radio on Saturdays, and The Sound of Duval on Sundays and Monday morning.
Okay, Christina Joyner on mad different stations. Soup's Kitchen. Where can they get down with the playlist and catch you when you are spinning? Or you know what? Real quick, y'all. Soup swear he ain't no DJ. Okay, he swear he ain't no DJ. We're not buying this shit. Where can they catch you live and also on your platforms as well?
All right, so you can catch me, Soup's Kitchen, everything. If you Google Soup's Kitchen, SOOPS Kitchen, you can get everything. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, X, I'm on Fanbase, I'm on Sky Blue or Blue Sky, whatever that shit is. I'm on Instagram. It's a new like Twitter type of app or some shit. But I'm on that. I'm pretty much accessible. Emails. You can see all of my playlists. They're on damn near everything. Apple Music, Tidal, YouTube. So it's really not on everything because it's not on Spotify. I hate Spotify and I can't get back into Spotify, so I just said fuck it. So I'm on everything. But and if you want to see me in person, you probably won't. Because
So where can we find you, Goodbar?
Yo, my name is Mr. Goodbar. I am located in Houston, Texas. I have a program that is playing on KPFT 90.1 FM. The program is called The Remedy. It airs live every Saturday, 6 p.m. Central to 8 p.m. I also stream the show on Mixcloud, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you are streaming music, it's there. iHeartRadio, all that, Amazon Music, all of that. Just look up The Remedy Radio. and it's there. You can stream every episode there on Mixcloud as well. Also, in addition to this incredible platform we have here, I also have a podcast called Conversations with Mr. Goodbar. I also have an episode with the entire Soul Curators crew that is really great that you should check out, and you can catch that on all platforms as well. Every once in a while, I don't know if we're going to do this regularly again, but just recently we did an event Paid in Full. We've been doing Paid in Full probably 19 years in the city of Houston. The pandemic slowed us down tremendously. We did it twice this year. We did it around my birthday, and we just did it this past weekend. And hopefully things will start ramping up again. So if it becomes regular again, I'll definitely let everybody know where you can catch me live. Sometimes I'm spinning, mostly I'm on the microphone acting up and messing with the crowd, which is always fun for me. But yeah, that's where you can catch me. And also artists, any artists that are listening, please send me your music clean to theremedyradio@gmail.com. And I promise a listen. I cannot promise a play, but I love, as you can see, all of us love putting out new music, putting out new artists, introducing our listeners to new artists. So, don't cheat yourself, treat yourself, get with all of us, all four of us, and, get connected and get your platforms expanded by being down with the Soul Curators. Don't waste another moment. We really do have an incredible following. We are extremely humble people, but you are looking at 4 individuals and 4 or 5 platforms, probably more than that are in cities and in places that we have never visited. Yes. We're in Australia. We're in the UK. We're in Mexico. Well, we've been in Mexico, I'm sure, but I mean, we are being broadcast and played and streamed in places that we have never visited, and we give glory to the Most High for that. You know what I'm saying? To be mentioned in rooms we've never visited is awesome. So get down with some real people. And as Soups mentioned so eloquently earlier, we're not with the bullshit. We just want to talk about the music.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks.
All right,
so, Mr. Al Pete, thank you so very much, sir. Always a pleasure. Christina, you good? Everybody good? You good?
Good.
That's what's up. That's what I care about. So as we get out of here, thank y'all for tuning in to this episode of Soul Curators Podcast. We will be back soon. We got a couple of things lined up, a couple of special guests lined up, so stay tuned. So we out of here. Peace and love.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the Soul Curators Podcast, powered by the MPN Network. You can check us out on all streaming platforms where podcasts are available.